We're in. For a fast. Pace game today, it seems. These teams like to get out on the break and run as much as possible, Greg.
Hey, B.A., get your popcorn. There'll be a lot of speed out there, almost a track meet. Believe that. Yeah, you see each side has a great deal of speed. Both teams will be looking to play to their strength and get easy buckets in transitions.
And here's the starting group for the New York Knicks. We've got Franz Wagner. He's out there with Kyle Kuzma. Butler out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Now here's Iguodala. Pass to Hawkins. Over Wagner. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Iggy just keeping his head up on his swivel all the time.
Here's Henderson, coming off a solid outing against Memphis. It's deflected. Moran against Wagner. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two. A unique talent. Ja Morant has taken the NBA by storm. Grant, does Ja remind you of anyone?
Well, many people, including Paul George, have compared Ja to a young D. Rose. Yet each explosive athletes at the one position. Both Ja and Rose leading their teams at a young age as well.
And Morant drops them both.
In the 2021-22 season, we saw Ja Morant go from a star to a bona fide superstar, averaging over 27 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds.
First quarter, just over a minute played. They get it again. Smith, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
Pass to Henderson. There's the block.
He is so reliable. DeMarcus making that play and making it look easy.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Well, Smitty, with Morant, his ascension into superstardom was quicker than expected.
B.A., before he tweaks his knee, he was in the top 5 for the MVP race, putting himself among the league's elite at the age of 22. And with his passion, he's only going to get better.
Finally, a make for this team. Hopefully it gives them a little confidence.
For whatever reason, they came in a little tight tonight. That should loosen them up.
Now here's Morant. He had 9 points in his last time out. Here's Cousins. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns.
DeMarcus Cousins inside. He's so skillful and he's so physical. You have to foul him inside. For Utah, new ownership taking over in 2020. In addition to that group, NBA legend D-Wade great to see an ex-player get a piece of the pie.
And he can't get the first one. Well, like D-Wade in Utah, Smith, do you think there'll be more former players getting some equity in teams?
B.A., absolutely. I think it'd be great for the game. That's one of the biggest pieces of the equality puzzle, having more owners with different backgrounds and experiences.
Well, for the Knicks, what's it going to take to bring them back to the glory days?
Oh, that's a loaded question, B.A. But first of all, a superstar would certainly help. They haven't really had one for quite some time. If they can either develop or attract an elite all-star player, that would be a start to turning this New York franchise around and becoming possibly a contender.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
The shot's good.
Shows incredible vision for a younger player. Ja Morant's a skilled distributor.
Pass to Butler. With the fadeaway. And that one's long.
Right idea, but just too much heat on him defensively, even with the fadeaway.
Iguodala finds Morant. Here's Hawkins. Beyond the arc. Good. And the setup by Morant. He's got 7.
I just love the ball movement.
Now a timeout called by New York. A moment now to see the story for Karl Anthony Towns. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Pass to Kuzma. Butler with the ball, covered by Smith. And Butler the bucket on the assist from Kuzma. Butler's got his second basket on the night.
The physical abilities of Jimmy Butler, wow. Using his power and speed to make plays inside.
Oh, it's blocked by Towns. Wagner outside. Pass to Kuzma. Now Butler. And there's the rejection. Here's Hawkins. Inside. Here's Morant. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
And this defense needs to turn the screws and ramp up the intensity. They're looking a little loose out there right now.
Here's Henderson, pounded by Morant. Smith against Butler. And the ball out of play. The Jazz will have it. And a quick check-in with the leaderboard. Here are the NBA's top rebounders. Second, Karl Anthony Towns.
Just so strong on the boards. That's a skill that helps your team win games.
We got to see that one again. That block was all-out effort.
And that kind of rejection early on energizes your squad. The coaching staff just loves this kind of hustle.
Morant, the pass to Smith. And they'll get another chance.
I mean, if height wasn't enough, Towns also has serious athleticism. There's just no easy shots when he's around.
Here's Henderson. Now quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Butler. Iguodala with the rebound.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Out of bounds. It'll be New York's ball. As the playoffs draw closer, here's what the East looks like. You look at New York, when it comes to playoff seedings, they're in a dubious position right now. 9th place in the conference.
Well, for the Knicks, they had some lofty goals to start the year, but they may not have the roster to hang with the league's elite teams.
I thought this might happen. Confidence can take you a long way, but you also have to have the talent to back it up.
Here's Henderson. He's been contributing over 15 a game. Pass to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Towns a screen on Smith. Butler. The Knicks keep it alive. Kuzma. That's good.
The smooth, no hesitation shot from Kuzma, keeping him one step ahead of the defense.
Outside Morant. Here's Hawkins. Defended by Wagner. Utah leading.
Well, the 27th pick in 2017, Kyle Kuzma made first-team All-Rookie. He was displaying just sort of significantly better shooting in the pros than he did in college at Utah.
High percentage look for him, but bottom line, they're not all going to go down.
Here's Henderson. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
And this is the chemistry Towns has with his guys. He recognizes when to go for alley-oops. I love it.
Well, you look at Kuzma's shooting percentages. His rookie season still his most efficient, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he stayed at about that same level. But as an offensive-minded player, if he can progress a little, that would certainly help his value.
Timeout called, the Jazz. A new lineup here for New York. Here's Vassell. Outside Morant. Back to Vassell. Uncovered. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. They come into this one having outplayed the Grizzlies last time.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
They embraced the challenge as well. They hit big shot after big shot to keep the other team at bay.
No question who's in control of the board so far.
Morant against Brunson. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line.
You know, some of Ja Morant's sequences remind you of a young Derrick Rose. He's that explosive.
And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Jazz.
Right now, it's their passing game, and it's been on point, doing a great job of moving it around and getting the ball to their shooters.
And what's more, they're getting their feet wet down there in the paint early on. Not shying away at all, taking it inside. What a great way to start.
He does not get the second one.
And I love how they've been the aggressors on the offensive end. So unafraid of contact, looking to score points in the lane and at the free throw line.
For Utah, they've got 6 of 14 in so far. 40 seconds left in the first quarter. Vassell against Brunson. Vassell's shot is good. And the Jazz lead by 11.
And early on, they've been on a tear. Just getting whatever they want offensively.
They established the pace. They made shots. This is why they're way out in front.
Brunson against Moran. Pass to Okongwu to the middle. Here's Vassell. And the Jazz tack on 2 more.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
And so it's Utah in a good situation, up by 13 points to close the quarter. And their defense has stood out, wreaking havoc for the opposition. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Jazz enjoying a nice lead here.
Was simple. Rebounding made all the difference in the first quarter. They really got after it.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
Well, you know it takes courage to draw charges. Guys get trucked all the time, and they still call a blocking foul. You think more of those should be no calls, Grant?
You know, B.A., courage is the right word. If you're willing to step in there and sacrifice your body for the sake of the team, you know what? If you don't give them a charge, I prefer the no call. I like that idea.
Okongwu out there with Smith. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then there's Ja Morant. And it's Caruso in at the 2. That's the group for Utah, getting going in the second.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they maintain their focus.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Off target from outside.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Here's Towns. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
For a big, Towns is an effective free throw shooter. You really can't give him too many looks from the line.
Anthony Towns at the line for 2.
First one falls. Both teams deciding to change it up. So he gets them both.
Because he knows he makes a living at the line, he invites contact and sometimes even initiates it.
Pass to Smith. Caruso against Kuzma. Caruso, the pass to Morant. Utah, the rebound. Now here's Cousins. Here's Smith. And finally, they hit one. Smith's got 6 points.
And attacking a somewhat helpless defense right now. Just a relentless effort.
He's trying to help his team shut the door. They don't want to allow any comebacks.
Now here's Wagner. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him. Well, you'd rather not put these guys on the line. The top free throw shooting teams in the last month. In third, New York.
And looking at last month, this team really got it done from the charity stripe. Whenever you foul them, they made sure to make you pay for that mistake.
And that one falls for Towns. Iguodala's checked in for Utah. And a switch here also for New York. Jimmy Butler's checked in for Brunson. And so Towns nails them both.
Getting themselves to the line this quarter is a good way to get their offense rolling.
Caruso outside. To the paint. Smith passes to Caruso. 5 to shoot. He's off on that one. And some solid defense from Towns. Wagner outside. Here's Henderson. Pass to Towns. And stolen by Caruso. And now the Jazz on the run in transition. Count it. 2 for 4 from the field now.
Love the energy from Alex in transition, making it difficult to catch him.
New York has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And about Caruso, he's not a stat stuffer, Smitty, but he does everything.
No doubt about that, B.A. Not flashy on the court, but at the end of the night, he's done a little bit of everything. The ultimate floor general.
Here's Hawkins. They lead by their biggest margin of the game. It's at 15 points. The shot by Iguodala, no good. The Knicks shooting just 24% in this one. Not great. Pass to Kuzma. Here's Henderson. Back to Kuzma. Smith against Butler. Puts it up from 17. No good off the back of the rim. The Jazz have gotten 5 of 8 attempts to drop since the second began. Caruso outside. Pass to Hawkins. Puts it up. Sinks another one. He's on a roll, starting 4 for 4.
Alex Caruso, he can make that pass in his sleep.
Timeout called, the Knicks. You know, Grant, a positive trend in this league right now. Teams would rather risk losing a game than sacrifice a player's health.
Well, it's all about a player's health, B.A., when it's all said and done. A player with minor injuries are usually held out now, sometimes even against their own will. A much different situation than when I was playing many years ago.
Here's Henderson. He's guarded by Caruso. Pass to Kuzma. Jacks up a three. The rebound by the Jazz. Cousins has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
Here's Hawkins. Offensive rebound.
Well, he's a guy who is built for these kind of plays. DeMarcus using his size and skill to full advantage.
Here's Henderson. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. And the foul on DeMarcus Cousins. That's his first foul of the game.
And that puts them just 1 foul from the bonus.
Ja Morant, he's checked in for Caruso. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for New York. Pass to Henderson. Butler against Smith. Clock at 6. And it's Ja Morant with the foul. That's his first foul. All right, the Jazz making a change here.
Substitution for New Jersey. Taco Ball Phillips.
Here's Henderson. And it's going to be out of bounds. New York will have another go. And here's a view of the top shot blockers in the association. 5th, Karl Anthony Towns.
He always makes an impact with his shot blocking. He's a constant presence around the rim.
Pass to Nurkic. Oh, they need this. Rebounded by Cousins. Cousins has got 8 rebounds in the game. Oh, there's the alley. Throw it down on the lob.
An unselfish player. I like how Morant is all about helping his teammates. Terrific pass.
Wagner outside. Pass to Butler. And the layup is good off the glass. Butler's got 6.
Doesn't get exactly the screen he wants, but turns out he doesn't need it.
Up top, Morant. He's got 5. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play.
And Franz Wagner, one of the surprises of the 2021 rookie class. He had a great rookie campaign, one of a handful of terrific rookies.
And Wagner wasn't viewed as an exciting selection. He's been terrific, Grant.
BA, you know, he finds ways to contribute each game. You knew he'd be a solid shooter out of the gate, but he also has a great touch in and around the paint to be a threat inside. And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Up top, Vassell from the high post. It's tipped. Now here's Brunson. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Up top, Vassell. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
Just so successful getting the ball inside and finding those great looks.
Now a timeout called by New York.
A lottery pick in the 2020 draft, Devin Vassell has seen increased minutes, and it's led to contributions on both ends of the court.
Outside Brunson. The teardrop. Got a hand on it. Pass to Vassell. On the wing, Vassell. Outside Morant. Got a piece of it. They recover it. Count the basket. Okongwu's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Their intensity has only picked up this quarter, even while holding the lead.
Achua with a screen on Vassell. And again, the Knicks missing. You know, talking about Devin Vassell, what stands out to you about his defense, Smitty?
BA, it's his length and instincts. Vassell prides himself on being disruptive, And on top of being a solid on-ball defender, he's an absolute pest off the ball.
And so it's New York with it, following the bucket by the Jazz. Right side, Brunson. Shot to stop the run. Rebounded by the Jazz. Okongwu's got his 6th rebound on the night.
He's been scoreless for a while now. They're still trailing here. They might want to move to some other options offensively.
Here's Vassell. It's wide right, hits off the rim.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
That's his first personal foul. 15 foul. At the line for the Knicks, number 8, taking 2 shots.
That free throw misses. And he sinks the second. 12 seconds left in the first half. Outside Morant from downtown. Offensive board. And so it's the Utah Jazz with a commanding lead to end the quarter. 27 points, looking good. They've had incredible success defensively, taking away good looks and pressuring shooters. All right, now let's. Thanks very much, Allie. We'll be.
Right now, they're getting anything they want. In close.
And looking at the players of the month. Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Boy, you got to like what Ja Morant has done in this game.
I'll tell you what, he's still working on his playmaking skills, but he's been tremendous so far in finding the open man.
Yeah, in the first half, he took on the role of playmaker. I think it surprised the defense a little bit. Gave this offense a different dimension.
And on the floor for Tom Thibodeau as we get into the second half. We've got Jimmy Butler. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Wagner. Then there's Kyle Kuzma.
Probably a play they drew up in the locker room at half.
Listen, put the ball in the hands of your best scorers and let them go to work. Keep it simple.
Pass to Hawkins. He shoots. Good. And the setup by Morant. Morant's got his 4th assist in this one.
He drops yet another dive, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
And he lobs it up to the rim. Trying to go for a lob there. Excellent defense and anticipation to stop it. Cousins against Towns. Here's Hawkins. Offline with a 3.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Here's Henderson. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
First free throw is good.
Henderson, 2 shots.
And so he hits both. For Utah, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Throws it up high. Oh, and a nice defensive play to disrupt the lob. Here's Butler. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
His first personal foul.
Relentless. Jimmy Butler looks to put pressure on the defense every possession.
Well, the great ones make their mark in the playoffs, and Jimmy Butler has certainly done that. Some Herculean performances when the chips were down.
That's good from Butler. And granted, in last year's playoffs, Jimmy Butler became the first player since Jordan to author multiple 40-point, 4-steal games in a single series.
And in 2020, the 3rd player ever to record a 40-point triple-double in the finals. I mean, just legendary stuff.
Pass to Hawkins. It's not going to go for him. And some solid defense from Towns. Wagner outside. Here's Butler. Morant with a defensive effort. Utah shooting at a decent clip, 45% for the game. Down low. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Morant's got 12.
Elite ball handler who can hit from every spot on the floor. Morant lighting them up tonight.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Smith passes to Morant. Cousins with the screen. 13 feet out. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. He's got 14.
Hard to overstate Morant's shooting ability. It just comes natural to him.
Timeout called, the Knicks.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
Here's Towns. 6 points for him. Now Butler. Pass to Henderson. Shot clock at 6. Back to Butler. Oh, it's stolen by Iguodala. Here we go, one-on-one. Knocked away. And New York shooting just 21% from the floor. Kuzma with the ball. And a miss there on the triple. Iguodala, the pass to Smith. Oh, it's blocked by Towns. And he's able to get it back. A nice shot by Smith.
Playing at his tempo, his pace, he's been dialed in all night.
Iguodala against Kuzma. Here's Hawkins, defended by Wagner. Unloads from 13. That's basket number 6 in 8 tries.
They just look so overwhelmed inside. You know, that's why they continue to get attacked.
High post Towns. Over Cousins. Will it go? And Towns with the lay-in. Towns has got 8.
Aggressive play by Towns on the glass. Recapturing possession so he could take it right back up.
Pass to Cousins. And a great assist by Morant as that one goes. Morant's got 5 assists tonight.
You really have to question the defensive effort on that possession.
They are getting buried tonight with plays like that one, allowing too much space for a good shooter.
Here's Henderson. And he lobs it up top. And it's Butler with the jam.
Love the eye contact by Jimmy Butler and his teammate before he rolls up for that alley-oop.
Outside Morant. Pass to Hawkins. Rebounded by Butler. The Knicks have gotten 3 of 6 shots to fall so far in the third. Here's Henderson. Now here's Butler, hounded by Morant. Butler against Morant. From the right block. Shot clock at 3. For Utah, they've gone 6 of 13 to open up this second half. Back to Cousins. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Cousins has gotten 4 this quarter.
He's a big man with terrific balance. DeMarcus takes the hit and still able to convert.
Wagner with a screen on Morant. Here's Towns. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. So Utah ends up going with a new group. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Utah.
They are dominating the paint in this one. Consistent work inside throughout the game.
And also, I just love how they've been moving the ball side to side on the perimeter. Great passing, unlocking their offensive potential.
Caruso, the pass to Vassell. Pass to Fall. Oh, they get a hand on it. Oh, it's stolen by Towns. Shot from 12. Tipped. Now here's Vassell. And he drops it in from the low post. Vassell's got 9 points.
Slick move by Vassell against contact, managing to work his way inside.
Towns on a screen to the inside. Rebound, Utah.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
Brunson against Caruso. Up top, Vassell. Fires it. And the Jazz tack on 2 more.
Alex Caruso's off-the-ball action is excellent.
Outside Brunson. Achua for 3. Hits a 3-pointer. Achua's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
That's a nice read. The value of keeping your eyes up.
Caruso against Brunson. Uses the glass on the layup.
Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Caruso, the pass to Vassell. They set the screen to the middle. Here's Fall. And he makes good on his first shot of the game.
Such confidence as a passer. He hits guys in stride and makes it look easy.
And so it's the Utah Jazz with 0 pressure as they hold on to a 35-point advantage. Really mucking it up on defense. Active hands, multiple efforts, forcing turnovers. We'll be back in a moment. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the 4th quarter, but stranger things have happened. Okongwu out there with Willie Hernan-Gomez. Then it's Alex Caruso. Then there's Devin Vassell. That's the 5 on the floor for the Jazz. There's a screen by Nurkic. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
That's his first personal foul.
And they've done well from the free throw line this half. No misses yet.
And the play-in tournament has been a success, but some debate about whether the stats should count towards postseason stats. Granted, kind of falls in the abyss. How do you think we should reconcile?
Well, B.A., first of all, it is the postseason. It's exciting. Everyone's watching. So much is on the line. This is high-pressure elimination games. And, yes, there have been some great performances that we've seen in the play-in tournament thus far. So I think these stats should be included in postseason numbers for players.
Watch that shooter. Back up.
That's all you.
Yeah, fire it up. Yeah, player.
Hey, get that! Screen! Hit it! Put it back! Kick it out! Watch the screen!
Timeout. Full.
Who's got job? Don't let him get it!
I'm open.
Out! Mine! Hey, yo, get up back here!
Yo, right here. Don't wait for me. If you see it, just go. That's what's up. Easy money.
Good shot!
Oh, say does that star
at this point of the year? Fight. Before the playoffs, Doris, is anyone really playing at 100%? And is anyone really healthy?
Kevin, it's an interesting question because the 82-game season is a real grind, and inevitably there's bumps and bruises, sometimes more serious injuries. The key is, can teams find the appropriate balance between being rested and being ready? And some coaches will tell you they'd rather be rested than ready.
Let's check out Toronto's starting lineup. Johnson is out there with Smith. Then there's Kevin Love. Then there's Carter.
Guys, you have to remember, when thinking and talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, it's an organization that is still so young.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. You know, basketball historians will remember that the Minneapolis Lakers, Doris, won 5 titles before relocating to Los Angeles in 1960.
And I think the current crop of T-Wolves fans, Kevin, see this as a completely different franchise from that historic team. In their minds, they haven't won a championship yet. And that fact should really motivate this current roster to get one for this group.
Griffin, a screen on Smith. Ellis can't get it to go. Here's Toronto now. Now here is Smith. Passes it to Johnson. And Carter has it in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot up. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
He's a skilled and willing passer. Vince gets to his teammates on time and on target.
Bridges a screen on Smith. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Greg, when you look at Toronto, they have a lot of length and defensive switchability.
They swarm opposing stars and tend to make it very difficult in those passing lanes. So a great profile for a modern NBA defense.
The first free throw is good.
The veteran, right? Monte Ellis is still a valuable contributor. He's an exceptional scorer and one of the quickest guys in the league.
Get this board, fellas. Get this board. Turn back on me. Shoes on tight.
And Ellis drops them both. And the Raptors, Doris, with one of the elite front offices recognized in the NBA.
And Kevin, because of that, a highly paid one as well. Remember, a recruitment battle, not just with the NBA, but English soccer, to keep their leadership intact. But the track record is there to justify that top billing, no doubt about it.
Here's Smith. And here's Love for 3. And Holmgren pulls it down.
and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here's Ellis. Outside for Griffin. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. 6 on the shot clock. Griffin sets the screen for Ellis. Good D from Love.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Carter on the wing. Uncovered. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
And this is what they're asking for from Dennis Smith Jr. Keep your eyes up and be ready to make a play for your teammates.
Bridges a screen on Smith. There's Ellis with the 3-ball. That shot, no good. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
Love with the screen for Johnson. That one wide left.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And then Griffin with the dunk.
Boy, you get a sense of the power and athleticism, speed off his feet by Blake on that one.
Smith kicks to Carter. Love with the screen on George. Here's Carter. It's tipped. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Holmgren in the corner. Fires the 3. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and they took both games they played against this club last season.
Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. For the Raptors, their last game, a loss to the Clippers.
Well, they made a few key shots, but missed many more. It was a rough night for them offensively.
You know what? There was a lot of standing around in that basketball game. Failing to move bodies and failing to move the basketball is a bad formula.
Here's Smith following the bucket by the Timberwolves. And it's Love missing. The Timberwolves have gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Ellis finds Griffin. Second shot opportunity. Holmgren wide open. Shot's good. Griffin making the play.
Just a tremendous look right there by Blake. This guy's got great court vision and excellent touch.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Raptors making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. Here now the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. The Timberwolves second.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Minnesota making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Carter outside to stop the run. Griffin grabs the board. Griffin's got 4 rebounds in this game. Bridges finds Griffin. Griffin a screen on Robinson. Back to Griffin. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Griffin's got his second basket.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Kicks it out to Johnson. No good with the triple.
And I think that one could have easily have fallen
for him.
Bridges attacking. That one, no good. Good work defensively by Johnson. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Beyond the arc. After 2 misses to start the game, he's on the board with that shot made.
Joe Johnson showing off that sweet touch from deep. Wow, what a dangerous three-point threat.
Griffin a screen on Robinson. And Griffin scores. The assist by Williams. 6 points for Blake Griffin.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Johnson against Bridges, and it's blocked.
Such a strong defensive player. Bridges understands I've got size and quickness. The rejection, yes, sir.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Minnesota making a switch here. Boston's checked in. Martin's checked in for Toronto. Allen comes in for Johnson. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 5. Love outside. And that's good. Kevin Love for 3.
So you know Kevin Love is ready in catch-and-shoot situations. Beautifully done.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
And, guys, I love the movement. Doing a great job of just getting the ball on a string, creating some opportunities.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
For Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. The pass to Johnson. Nobody near Williams. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
Now this is a go-to shot for sweet Lou Williams. The 3 ball is there.
Robinson on the wing. The feed to Randolph. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That's on Lou Williams.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls.
A low post specialist who also rebounds it well. Randolph really brings it, knows his strengths, and plays to him.
And Randolph drops them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
Robinson against Williams. Pass to Johnson. Into the lane. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And Greg Keldon Johnson is listed at 6'5", but he plays much bigger than that.
He has the strength to fight for rebounds with anybody. Fearless on the court and plays with an endless motor. His strength and willingness to use it makes him valuable.
And that one falls for Johnson.
It's easy to see why this team is excited about Johnson. He's a fantastic athlete with considerable upside.
Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Raptors trail by 3. Allen left side for the 3. Brendan Haywood with the rebound. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Williams passes to Jackson. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Pass to Boston. And once again off the mark by Minnesota. And the Raptors shooting 31% here early on, not getting the shots they'd like. Williams against Robinson. Martin with the screen for Robinson. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
Williams against Robinson. Williams kicks to Haywood. There's the lob to Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here is Robinson. Now Allen. He takes it in, and he gets it to go.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Here's Johnson. Great D that time from Martin.
Boy, this guy is a good finisher, so he misses a chippy. That's tough to take.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Minnesota on top. They lead by 3. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. Close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we're watching with the Timberwolves, guys.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
We know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you played?
That's a great question. And I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injury because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
Lou Dort out there with Griffin. Then it's Ellis. Then there's Holmgren. And it's Bridges in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Well, that's a specialty, right? Kevin Love is known for being a big that can shoot the perimeter J.
Bridges outside. Ellis outside. In the corner, it's Griffin. Passes it to Ellis. Shot clock at 6. Puts up a 3. And the 3-ball is good. Ellis has got 7 points.
Absolutely no hesitation from Monte Ellis. Squares himself up perfectly for the triple.
On the wing, Johnson, defended by Bridges. Johnson kicks to Love. Shoots over Holmgren. Out that one in, and the Timberwolves lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Love. Here's Ellis, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Love.
This, to me, is why Monte Ellis is a dangerous player. So clever at using his body when he gets inside the paint.
Taking 2 shots.
And that one falls for Monte Ellis. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
Smith dishes to Johnson. Plays it up and banks it in. He has 5.
Well, Johnson continues to score against aggressive defense. Boy, he's made a living out of difficult shots.
Bridges passes to Griffin. It's good. Griffin's got 8 points.
Well, this is where Blake does a lot of his damage. He is such a tough matchup in the painted area.
And the Raptors call time here.
Chance to check out Chet Holmgren. The last 10 or so games, he has been remarkable. And not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And as you said, one rung below the leader in block shots. Tremendous motor. He's simply been destroying opponents in the lane. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Smith kicks to Carter. Driving in. Bridges against Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Poked away. Bridges with the steal. Here's Holmgren. Turned in an outstanding game against Golden State. Timberwolves passing it around. Here's Dort. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Carter on the wing. Smith outside. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Dort. It's Dort on the wing. Three-pointer. Griffin trying to get open. Offensive rebound. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
The Timberwolves shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
And collectively, they're only about 73% as a unit right now.
Blake Griffin, one shot.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Toronto Raptors. It's a 10-point game. The shot by Carter. Nobody around. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Carter's got 5.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Griffin a screen on Smith. Ellis. And it's Monte Ellis with the finish.
Do you love Monte Ellis finishing with that kind of authority? He's an excellent dunker for his size.
Carter on the wing. Love with the screen on Dort. Kicks it out to Love. Shoots over Bridges. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Love's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
for three, and he's good on the three ball. Dort's got the lead up to 10 now for Minnesota.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Love with the screen on Ellis. Smith with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. Got a piece of it. Bridges outside. And the pass to Griffin. Here's Holmgren. The three-pointer off the mark. Raptors trail by 10. Smith feeling it out a bit. He kicks it to Carter. Joe Johnson on the wing. Takes the three. And again, Toronto with the triple.
You love how Joe Johnson goes straight up with that shot. He doesn't hesitate for a second.
Timeout called. First of the game for Minnesota. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
Yeah, they really snuffed that one out. Didn't execute all that well. Fortunate to walk away with the W.
Yeah, but as a team, you actually love a win like that. You're struggling from the field. You don't have your best stuff. Still, you find a way to gut out a win.
Nelson, the big men in the league, didn't mind drifting out and letting it fly from deep. Here are the best three-point shooters, centers, and power forwards. Kevin Love, fourth.
And the value of having a big man who can do what these guys can is that they draw bigger defenders out of the paint. You have to stay with them wherever they go.
You know, and that causes all sorts of matchup problems for an opponent. Just the threat of one of them getting hot from three-point range affects the defensive game plan.
Here's Boston. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Johnson in the corner. Another miss by Minnesota. Raptors trail by 7. Robinson with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. And finished off by Martin.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Boston the pass to Ellis. There's a screen. That shot off the mark. Good D by Thompson.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Allen the bounce pass. Outside Robinson. 6 to shoot. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
The Raptors have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And you really got to give them a ton of credit for what they've done at the free throw line this season. How about 82% as a unit?
Shooting 2.
That free throw missing. Lou Williams is checked in for Ellis. And he's good on the second. And the Timberwolves with possession here. They've led by as much as 10.
2 minutes.
Outside Williams. Over Robinson. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Raptors trail by 4. And he lobs it up. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. And a chance now to look at the schedule coming up for the Toronto Raptors. On Tuesday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard. And then on Thursday, they'll go up against the Grizzlies in Memphis.
And for that game against Indiana, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
Now here's Johnson, following the miss by Lou Williams. Here's Boston. He's still scoreless so far in this one. That one good for 2. 1:22 left in the first half. Love with the screen on Williams. Robinson with it. Guarded now by Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Defensively, Love is so hard not to foul. Really great at scoring from anywhere on the court.
Zach Randolph is checked in for Tristan Thompson.
Taking 2 shots.
Both free throws good from Kevin Love.
See, I think you have to respect the versatility of Kevin Love, guys. This guy can shoot it from anywhere. He rebounds at a high level. Everything you'd want in a big man in today's NBA, Kevin Love provides.
Now here is Martin. Following the miss by Lou Williams. And here's Love from the arc. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
I'll tell you, you can't put your head down after a tough first quarter. You've got to keep fighting, and now he's starting to roll.
Williams kicks to Hayward. Pass to Johnson. Five to shoot. Fires for 3. It's hauled in by the Raptors. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Executing to perfection right now offensively.
I mean, in total sync. Good luck trying to stop them now.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Williams looking around. Johnson against Martin. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And what Johnson lacks in size, he makes up for with determination. Even the foul can't stop him completely.
For Minnesota, they had put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7. And he makes the first. And Toronto making a change here. And he can't hit the second. And here is Johnson from deep 3-point range. No good on the last second attempt there. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Raptors lead by 1. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Tristan, what's the plan for the second half tonight?
Thank you, David. We'll be back after half.
Hello there, folks. Toronto Raptors.
You look at the play of their bench, this second unit is doing exactly what coach is looking for. It's a luxury to have this kind of support.
I mean, I know we talk about team depth all the time, but that's been the difference tonight. All right, now I think... And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Kevin Love really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
So for Toronto right now, we've got Kevin Love. Johnson is out there with Smith. Then there's Carter.
Exceptional focus. Boy, Johnson, a committed scorer on the interior. Defense has nothing for him.
Now here's Ellis. Dishes it to Holmgren. Outside, Dort. Ellis surveying the D. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Ellis has got 13.
Come on now. This is when we love to watch Monte Ellis go to work. Picks his spots, lets the offense come to him within the flow.
Johnson outside. That's tipped. And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. A 15-footer. Shots good by Ellis. He's got 15.
Well, when Monte Ellis is hot, he's lights out. Impressive how he makes use of that mid-range.
Smith finds Carter. And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
Dort against Carter. Pass to Smith. He dishes it to Johnson. 5 on the clock. Love with the screen for Johnson. And they'll get another chance. Another shot. Jump shot is good that time. And the Raptors lead by 1.
Nice read from the big guy. Love. His teammates appreciate that selfless attitude.
Bridges passes to Griffin. Back to Bridges. Pass to Ellis. Lets it go with the 3. It falls through, making him 6 for 11 in the game. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, tooth and nail fight so far, guys. These sides match up really well.
Smith dishes to Carter.
Carter just a freak of nature. One of the best dunkers the game has ever seen. A top-tier shooting guard who just embraces the spotlight.
For Toronto, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. That's good from Carter. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Bridges kicks to Ellis. Griffin a screen on Carter. Dort wide open. No good on the triple.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Doris, in your opinion, how does Luke Dort stack up with the best undrafted players in the league?
Well, I think, Kevin, when you think undrafted, the first guys that come to mind are Fred VanVleet, who's now an NBA champion, Christian Wood, Seth Curry, who's proven to be such a capable shooter. Those 3 are clearly, to me, the best undrafted players that come immediately to mind. But Lou Dort, I'll tell you, has carved out one heck of a career. This guy is a lockdown defender, and he can now make open threes.
Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
See, when you're open, Monte Ellis will find you. When he plays within the system, he is very effective.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
The Raptors making a switch here. Thompson's checked in. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Toronto. Trailing by 4. Toronto calls timeout. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for Kevin Love.
Fans, give a round of applause for your Timberwolves dancers.
Smith the pass to Johnson. Thompson high post. Griffin's there. Thompson surveying the floor. In the corner, Smith with it. 3 on the clock. Over Ellis. And again, Toronto no luck. Timberwolves leading by 4. Bridges dishes to Ellis. Back to Bridges. And it's blocked. Smith with it. And there's the pass to Johnson. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got 3 assists now in this one.
Beautiful jump shooting from Johnson, one of the purest jumpers in the game.
Griffin a screen on Smith. Ellis goes in.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Bridges outside. Griffin kicks to Dort. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
And let's check out some stats. Here are the numbers for Ellis. And he's as opportunistic as anybody defensively, ranking among the top 15 league-wide in steals per game.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Martin, he's checked in for Vince Carter. And let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games. The Timberwolves, number 1.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. Johnson's checked in for George. Then for the Raptors, Randolph comes in for Thompson. And Allen subbed in for Johnson. Good on the second free throw.
And we know that when Dennis Smith Jr. is playing to his strengths, this guy is an effective player. The key for him moving forward is he's got to find a way to be consistent.
Austin off the mark there with the three-point shot. And it's out of bounds. And they say last touch by Griffin. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Jackson comes in for Blake Griffin. Lou Williams is subbed in for Monte Ellis. Toronto trailing. Smith outside. They set the pick. Driving inside. For the tie. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They've led by as much as 10. There's the lob to Jackson.
Over the course of his career, Lou Williams has really improved as a passer. That is nicely done.
Smith against Williams. Nobody near Allen. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Allen's got 5 points so far.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Pass to Johnson. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. The Raptors have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far.
2 minutes.
Now here is Smith to the paint, stolen by Jackson. And now here comes Williams leading the break. Johnson with a screen on Smith. Williams with the ball. And it's Martin picking him up. Johnson outside. Clock at 6. Shoots it. Buries the jump shot.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. Poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And the Raptors call time here.
All right, Timberwolves fans, here comes the Fifth Avenue Breaker.
A new lineup here for the Timberwolves. And then for Toronto, Love comes in for Martin. And it's Johnson in for Allen. Now Smith. There's 1:17 left in the third quarter. Stolen by Ellis. To the wing right side. Here's Bridges. The rebound by Johnson.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
On the wing, Johnson. Love with the screen for Johnson. And the basket is good. The call goes his way, and we could be looking at a three-point play. For Toronto, they have gone 9 of 13 from the line.
Monte Ellis, third personal foul. Shooting for Toronto, Joe Johnson at the line for 1.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And the versatility Johnson offers, it can't be forgotten. I mean, this is a guy that can play 3 to 4 positions, a lights-out shooter who also has that clutch gene.
Count it. Ellis has got 22.
How about the burst in that first step, just right to the rim?
Toronto's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Johnson sends the screen for Smith. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Boy, that's the last thing they needed. This game too close to be making those kinds of errors.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Smith against Ellis. There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. Pass to Griffin. Bridges outside. Griffin trying to get open, and it's good off the back of the rim and in. Now it's a 4-point Timberwolves lead. And we've reached the end of the third. Minnesota on top, up by 4. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Ellis is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Lou Dort. Then it's Griffin. And it's Holmgren in its center. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
Simply crushing it right now. So much more accurate in the second half than he was in the first.
And here's Smith following Monte Ellis's 3. And here's Smith. Love looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Holmgren, and it's off the back rim. No good. Timberwolves leading by 7. Passes to Dort. Back to Griffin. Here's Ellis to the inside, and Griffin slams it in.
Oh, Blake Griffin at one time the best athlete in the league, showing off his skills athletically again. I love it.
Love with the screen on Ellis. Smith the pass to Love. And the shot goes in.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Now here's Ellis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Joe Johnson picks one up.
Well, you love how hard Monte Ellis works on the offensive end. He makes the defense get rough with him there.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
What about the defensive intensity they've had in this one? Jumping passing lanes, poking the ball away, just doing a great job creating chaos.
First free throw is good. And so Monte Ellis nails both of them. Raptors trail by 9. Smith outside. Carter kicks to Smith. Left side, Love. Carter with the 3. Rebound, Minnesota. Ellis outside. The pass to Holmgren. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
Pass to Love. Johnson against Dort. And there it is for him. Johnson's got 10 points in just the second half.
You know, Joe Johnson showing he can still light it up. This guy's so good at using the size and quick release.
Ellis, the pass to Griffin. Over Love. Griffin's shot is off. Raptors trail by 7. Pass to Smith. Bridges against Johnson. Love with the screen for Johnson. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
There's a physicality that Joe Johnson brings to the offensive end. So skilled at getting his body into the defender.
Joe Johnson, 2 shots.
First one falls for him. That one misses. And so Griffin will bring it up for Minnesota. 6-point lead. Bridges passes to Holmgren. Bridges against Carter. Bridges a screen on Smith. And a wide open look here for Ellis. Knocks down the 3-ball. Ellis has got 30.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Johnson sets the screen for Smith. The feed now to Love. Carter outside. Raptors moving the ball around. Here's Bridges. Plays it in off the breakaway. Bridges has got the lead up to 11 now for Minnesota.
Well, everyone understands Mikal Bridges is a high-level defender and gets the steal, wastes no time getting it into transition.
Now here is Smith. It's deflected. Outside, Dort. Oh, Griffin in position. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Where was the defense? No help. You can't afford to give up these kinds of buckets.
And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Monte Ellis.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. He told them, look, we're in a good spot. The one thing I want you guys to do is stay in the moment. Don't look ahead. Stay in the moment and compete. Kevin, we'll see if they can keep focused.
All right, thank you, David. Smith finds Carter. Cloak loose. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. Passes it to Dort. Inside, here's Holmgren. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Smith with it. They set the pick. Kicks it out to Johnson. The tray. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 7th assist in the game.
And with that 3, his 2nd of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Bridges a screen on Smith. And it's blocked. And he keeps control of the ball. Johnson surveying the floor. Now the pass to Smith. Dort against Carter. The three from Johnson. It doesn't go for him. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Ellis with it. Now Smith defending. No good on the three. Raptors trail by 10.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Carter right side. Griffin with the steal. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Here's Ellis. Finished off the break. Ellis has got 34 points.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
A minute 50 left in the fourth quarter. Now here is Carter. The shot, no good. Nice defense from Dort. Timberwolves leading by 12. Now Bridges. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
1:16 left in the game. Carter against Dort. And it's Carter missing. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. 14 points, their largest lead in the game.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Timberwolves.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season. The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Monte Ellis.
This guy has been shot-making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Now, here is Robinson. To halt the run, Griffin grabs the board. 41 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Now, here is Robinson. Now the dish to Love. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Oh, guys, how good is Love at fighting through the contact to finish and score it?
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Williams with the ball, picked up by Thompson. Bridges, no one around him. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Outside Griffin. Bridges outside. So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical...